Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. 99.9
KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A recent survey was done with chefs, and they were asked what foods people should never order at a restaurant. And we've got the top 4.
Vegetables.
Yeah, you're right. They don't ever do
all
it.
the vegetables.
Yeah,
just give me the meat.
Fish.
You're kind of right, Vicky. There is
Fish?
one. Yeah.
You anti-fish?
Well, I like sushi, but I feel like if you go to a restaurant, like I just watched this thing on Adam Ruins Everything, where half the time it's not even what you really ordered.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Like the fish isn't what they say it is?
Yep.
And you don't know? The people don't have a clue? That's...
Yep.
More often than not, a lot of times it's like they put so much stuff on the fish that you're just like, it's some kind of a white fish. I don't know. I'll believe you, whatever you tell me it is.
Wow, I didn't realize that. I don't know what the hell I'm eating. They tell me it's salmon. I assume it's salmon, or it's ahi-mahi, or whatever the hell they call it.
I think salmon, you can tell it's salmon.
I would hope.
I think some of that white fish, like the cods and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, well, they're saying two things on this list. There's only 4 things they say don't ever get, and 2 of them are fish related. Mussels. They say, hey, one bad mussel can make you really, really sick.
Mussels are awesome.
Anthony Bourdain once said that it's so risky he'd only order them if he knew the chef personally. How about that?
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm not a big muscle guy, so that's a good example.
More ways than one. Ouch. I've had mussels all the time. I've never gotten sick from it.
Well, good luck to you, sir. Good
Apparently
for you.
my stomach is stronger than Bourdain's.
Yeah, I'm not going to try it. Also, they're saying don't order the seafood special because it's usually made with seafood that's about to go bad.
I've heard that many times before, but sometimes I don't care. If it's delicious, it's delicious.
Yeah, but it's still there. I mean, if it's about to go bad, but it hasn't gone bad, and they just want to clean out the fridge, I don't care. But again, just be careful.
You always hear that, too, whenever someone says, this is our special, or these are the things I recommend from a waiter or a waitress. More often than not, that's because the chef told them, hey, we need to get rid of this because for whatever reason it's about to go bad or whatever, so try and push this on the customer. So even if it's not fish, if it's something else, I always have to kind of like look at the suggestion with a grain of salt.
But it always looks so good, this special. It feels like it's really special, and you're right. It's probably just them getting rid of stuff, but they make it look so special. And I feel special when I get it. So, I mean, everybody wins, don't they? Here's one that I don't do much, but they're saying, yeah, when you order a well-done steak, they actually use the less desirable cuts of meat because it's hard to notice how bad they are when they're well done.
Yeah, because you're burning a steak.
Yeah, buddy.
I didn't know that, though, that they would make the switcheroo if you did that, because they're not going to even notice. It's just cooked up meat.
And there are some people that need to have well done. I guess they're saying here, like, for instance, pregnant women, they should always go with well or medium well meat. They should never get it medium rare or rare.
Oh, I never want to be pregnant now. That's not...
So they also say, it's like sushi. I guess maybe something raw must not be good for the stomach. I don't know.
It's just, like, there's a bigger chance of, like, bacteria and all that stuff, and you're pregnant.
Yeah,
just
Vicky, take care of the
stronger.
baby.
You're just trying to make that baby strong before it comes out.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Yeah. Here, kid, I'm going to give you a little salmonella. See how you handle that.
Well, you guys, when I was a kid, even up until my 20s, I just always asked for medium well because I just assumed I don't want to risk getting sick from the meat. And it wasn't until...
That's how I was, too.
I got hooked on sushi and realized how delicious something is when it's not cooked. I was like, well, I wonder then what a medium rare or rare steak would be like. And then I finally tried it.
And?
Mind blown. Yeah. I could never go back.
Mine was the same. I would do always medium well just because I thought that I would get sick. But then it was like, I tried it because I like juicier steaks. And I was like, why did I not know this juiciness was here?
Dude, a nice medium rare to rare steak just melts in your mouth.
Yeah, but Danny, when you get pregnant, you're going to have to go medium or medium well, buddy.
Well,
okay,
there you go.
Right.
So if you're pregnant, you should tell them. That way they still give you the good cut of meat.
That's what they're saying.
So if I ever go to medium well, I should say, hey, look, you see this stomach? There's a bun in the oven.
Yeah. Another thing that they're saying that you should never pay for, finally, the final thing, don't ever pay for a really expensive cheeseburger. Don't do it, because they say the markup is ridiculous and it's rarely worth it. And yeah, perhaps the ingredients they're using might be expensive. Sure, that may be why the price tag is up there. But as far as the meat goes, remember, hamburger is like the cheaper part of meat. So there's no way you can fancy that up, because that's what it is.
I never understood anybody that gets a rare hamburger. It just seems like you're asking to get sick. And it also doesn't taste good. I've had a couple burgers where they cooked it. It was too pink, and I tried to buy it. I was like, this just doesn't taste.
So what do you
good.
get? So do you get your steaks medium rare and your burgers medium? Is that how you do it?
No, I get my burgers medium well.
Oh, medium well.
I want my burger cooked.
Ooh, all right. I'm going to
put so much crap on it anyway. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not like just enjoying it for the meat itself.
Well, listen, I think I look at it like you're a burger connoisseur, but more so than I am. So I didn't realize that I have to get my steak one way and my burger another way. So
I just want it fully cooked. I want it fully cooked. I don't want any red or pink or anything inside that burger.
And that's funny, because like when it comes to chicken, for me, people like want that juicy, chicken breast. I kind of want mine dried out. Like, I don't care that, just because if it's too juicy, I feel like it's raw.
Yeah, I want my chicken cooked. There's too much of a risk right now.
Nope. I'm like, I'd rather it be dry.
Deep fry that bitch.
Well, I want it cooked, but I don't want it dry. I can't do dry chicken.
Yeah.
It just like sticks in your mouth and you're like, But I do
too
like
tough to eat.
Yeah, I do like my burgers medium. I do like the pink. So
really,
yeah, you don't have to trust
me. Okay,
yeah,
it seems nice.
Okay, that's a little too much info, Danny. Thanks.
Okay, sorry.
Got some research here polling 1,000 Americans who have done the long distance dating thing. I see why you put this story in front of this guy.
Well, I don't understand.
Yeah, you don't understand why.
You're not dating. I mean, you're long distance married. So you're fine. So
half of the people that did the long distance thing said that the relationship did survive it. And of course, about a little bit more than half, but a lot of them, 42%, they said that long distance dating didn't work. So that it's a tough one for people. I will say this. For us, because we had 25 years of marriage before she decided to go to California, I think that helped. We raised a family together. We did a lot of stuff together. I think we had a 5-year courtship. So we were together a long time. If you're just starting out, or maybe you're only 10 years in or so, that I can see how that's going to be trouble.
Yeah, I don't understand how people do when they first meet each other and one lives in Portland, the other one lives in Seattle, and they're trying to make it work. I agree with you in that sense that if you've been together for 10, 15 years, you know each other well enough, I think you could put up with not seeing each other from time to time.
Oh.
Like, it's a lot easier to kind of, go on a vacation or go on not maybe a vacation, but like a work conference and you're gone for a few days. Yeah, it sucks you're missing each other, but you don't have to worry about anything. You're not... you kind of got to the point where, missing each other is a good thing from time to time.
But I mean, I feel like we're in a day and age where it's kind of hard to miss someone because we have video chat on our phones. Like, so as opposed to maybe 20 years ago, it's a lot easier to kind of, I think, be in a long distance relationship. My old roommate got married to his long distance relationship and they started dating while being long distance.
It'll be interesting to see how they do, because you're right. It's an amazing thing that they did end up staying together. I mean, there was years of them doing the long distance thing, different countries.
Yeah.
One person says, talked to my now wife from Jamaica online for 3 years before we met, then flew down there and proposed to her.
Yeah. That's even weirder because they didn't, if I'm reading that text correctly.
They never met until...
Yeah. Wow, that's just
first time they met, he proposed.
Wow. A lot of the folks never lived close to the other person to begin with, just like this guy, 27%. Most of these people met online, lived in different cities. Never, I mean, it's just, but you know what? They still, a lot of those make up the 42% that didn't make it.
Dude, my only long distance relationship, and it's laughable compared to what some people are dealing with, but it was me living in Linwood and my then girlfriend living in Puyallup, and we eventually got married.
How many miles is that?
Too much, man.
Yeah, because I mean, they're saying
it was a hike, but it was.
Yeah, the average was about a minimum of 132 miles. I'm looking at the survey.
Less than that. I would say it was about 70, maybe.
Yeah, but with traffic,
60,
52
70?
miles.
Okay,
but with traffic and everything, Steve, that's like 132 miles.
Yeah. Right now, with traffic this morning, it's an hour and 26 minutes.
Yeah. That's nuts.
And we would see each other almost every day.
Yeah, that's
how I put a lot of hundreds of thousands of miles on my Jeep at first.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot of running around. Mm-hmm. I mean, really, 90-minute drive to have to go see your significant other every day. That's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not living in Jamaica.
That's true. The 4-month mark apparently is the hardest point in a long distance relationship, and that's when you're most likely to break up. If you can make it to 8 months, your chances go way up. So just remember, 4 months, you're going to get the 4-month itch. And then 8 months, you're going to have a better shot at doing it. The average couple does send 343 texts a week while dating long distance and spends 8 hours talking on the phone or on things like Skype and FaceTime, which Vicky says it's funny. My wife and I aren't from that generation. We talked about it. We said, we'll FaceTime, whatever.
Yeah.
And you know what? We don't.
Dude, if we were away at one of our work conventions and my wife was calling me via FaceTime, I would just assume she accidentally did it and not answer. Because this is not what we do. Yeah. So I'd be like, she must have just butt dialed me or something. And then she'll text me, hey, I tried FaceTiming you. I was like, oh, my bad.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. Maybe a lot of younger folks are really stoked on doing that. I imagine, like Vicky's friend, they never see each other. So sure, I mean, you're going months and months and months apart. My wife and I, on average, we see each other every other week. So it's not. I mean, it's not like I'm never going to see her again. I suppose if it was months apart, I'd probably do a little bit more FaceTiming.
Yeah, my wife will not answer any of my video calls, but that's usually just because I do it while I'm on the toilet. I was going to say, that's the only time I'll ever video call her. So she's like, I'm never answering those.
That's a woman that really does need a long distance relationship, really. Your wife, really, just to get away from the stench.
Even if it's one house over, I think it would be beneficial for her.
Yeah. Well, the reason that people have a hard time, and look, I'm very fortunate. It's just expensive to visit each other. And look, I probably my biggest extravagance is how much I fly to see my wife.
Yep.
That's my biggest extravagance. And as a matter of fact, we don't really have a lot. I'm still driving around my 2004 Hyundai. I don't go crazy except with board games, which is a very manageable addiction. It's inexpensive as an addiction goes. But
that's what they all say at first.
I'm telling you, Steve, I'm so far. But the traveling is something that, it's a significant budget thing. But again, look, what am I going to do? If I want to see my lady, that's what I got to do.
One person's my aunt and uncle. They've been married for 30 plus years. She lives in Moses Lake. He lives in Omak. He's been there for 7 to 8 years. They see each other regularly.
Here's the thing I will tell you.
How far of a distance is Moses Lake to Omak?
Oh, it's like over there and then over there.
No, that's far from there.
That's far.
To there. Yeah.
I don't know where the hell. I know where Moses Lake is. I don't know where Omak is.
117.9 miles.
All right.
Damn.
Still 132 is the average, so those guys are below average.
Yeah, 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. Here's what I can tell you from my 5 years of doing the long distance thing that I think is really beneficial, that you don't have to be long distance to do, but your brain, at least my brain, told me I wouldn't be able to do. I don't know about you, Steve, but when it comes to the weekend, I always assumed I had to spend the entire weekend with my wife. I just felt like that's my duty. I'm away from her all week doing my job. There's no way I can go out and do stuff for me on a regular basis. That was what I thought in my head. I don't know how many other spouses feel that way.
In the early stages, yes. And then it got to a point where she just said to me, she's like, look, if you want to go do something, go do something. Because she'd rather just hang out at home with the dog and just chill, read.
See, that's so cool. To know that you can.
So I always I try and find that happy medium, because obviously there's at least, I'd say 2 or 3 weekends. I'd say 2 weekends a month I'm busy. Not all weekend long, but one of the nights, Friday night, we do like a 3-2-1 battle or with Defy Wrestling. But I try and make it a point not to do anything else. I don't make any plans other than the ones I already have set in stone. So if someone's like, hey, you want to do this weekend? I'm like, no, I want to keep that day free.
Yeah.
And it's not because she's making me. She probably wouldn't even care if I spent the entire weekend away, because I'm probably bothering her more than anything on the weekends, farting and making noises. But
that's your charm.
Or like interrupting her reading so I could watch wrestling.
Again, charming.
Yes. So at first, yes, I used to feel that way, like there was just self-imposed pressure. But then once we communicated about it, which is shocking. I mean, that's something that we should do more sometimes, I think, in relationships. I realized, as long as I have quality time, it's not about the quantity.
God, Steve, you know how much money I had to spend going to couples counseling basically just to get to what you just said? Seriously. I mean, my brain just couldn't understand that to save my life. And yet what you just said is exactly what the couples counselor helped me get to after many years of me being an idiot. But I just felt like, and maybe it was the way I was raised, you don't get to do your own thing. And also the separate bedrooms. I am telling you.
I couldn't do that.
I'm telling you, it's awesome. It is fantastic to have my own bedroom and my own, so I can get up in the morning because I get up early, turn all the lights on. No, I'm not going to wake anybody up. That's the beautiful part of it. I get to I love the way I get up. I used to hate getting up before because I had to be quiet. Everything was done in the dark, and I just felt like, it was a horror.
I couldn't do it, man.
Oh, yeah.
I say this with no shame. I'm a cuddle monster. I love to cuddle.
Oh, I'm not saying you don't do that.
I say this with no shame.
I couldn't imagine that.
If I fall asleep,
that's my favorite part sometimes of relationship.
If I say, that I love. But if one of us falls asleep before the other, like she's got an extra bedroom in the house. So if I'm feeling like, you know what, I'm not digging this bed thing because I like my own bed. If she sleeps before I do, then I get out of the bed, go do what I want to do. And if I fall asleep before her, great. Then I'm having a great time. I mean, I was relaxed and fell asleep in the same bed. But I love the option. And when you don't have kids anymore, but you have a house that would have different rooms for the kids, you got that option now.
I feel like in the mornings I just crawl out, quickly get out of that room, and then just do everything else outside of that. Close the door, and then I could turn on the lights in the hallway. And in the laundry room is kind of like my get ready room, which I still need to get blinds for because our new neighbors, they keep their blinds open, and it's direct line to their bedroom.
Oh, dude, yeah, you need to get blinds.
I squat when I take my pants off, so they can't see me.
Oh, well, at least you're
the washer's in front of it.
Wow. Yeah, you're a great. Yeah.
Well, maybe it's a game of chicken. Either they close their blinds or I get blinds.
I just don't think law enforcement will see it your way on this one. Yeah, I really don't.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about the whole cuddle monster thing. Are you the little spoon or the big spoon?
What do you think?
Little spoon.
What do you think? You guys clearly don't know my relationship. I'm the big spoon.
Yeah, he's this.
Why?
I mean,
like being the little spoon makes you feel like all safe.
That's why usually girls are the little spoon.
But the big spoon gets to go with the butt rub every once in a while and grab the ghoulie. You know what I mean?
Grab the ghoulie.
Sometimes we want to grab the ghoulie.
Yeah, that's East Coast. Nobody calls it the ghoulie around
grab
here.
the hiney.
The hiney. Sometimes we want to grab some hiney.
Well, not my wife.
We can make you feel safe. Guys are can feel safe sometimes.
Okay, fine, Vicky. You know what? Have it both ways. No one's telling you can't be both.
Well, that's why I thought he was going to be the little spoon.
No, I'm definitely not the little spoon.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Of course, the smallest person in the room wants to be the big spoon.
Yeah. I feel like a jetpack.
Oh, she definitely. Yeah,
like a backpack.
A little backpack, Vicky. Okay.
I make the noises too.
Okay, then. I need to tell you.
Nice. Chris just says Steve doesn't want to be away from his wife too long, just in case she escapes the basement.
Wow.
Dungeon.
I'll tell you this, man. I love the fact.
I don't have a basement, Chris, so joke's on you.
I just love the freedom that I never thought I had. But I always had it. My wife was always really cool, and I never knew it. I had in my own brain that I couldn't do stuff. And being away, I've learned, if we ever get together again, I'm going to see her just as much. I'm going to say, look, honey, I know it's the weekend, but I got plans. I'm going on trips with my boys to go play games. I mean, I'm just going to live my life the way it is, and I think she'll be fine with that. Because, again, less seeing me is better for our relationship. I mean, I've come to find out that the less she sees of me, the more she digs me. So, hey, it works out for everybody. Everybody wins, Danny.
Danny, are you the little spoon?
Of course.
Yeah,
always the little spoon.
He's more like a spork, really. Yeah.
He thinks?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me tell you like a butter knife.
Yeah. He's more like a ladle. Let me tell you about this guy that tried to buy a meal for a cop and then got arrested. Why? Oh, yeah, I'm going to tell you why. At 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Cop was in the drive-thru line at a fast food place in Nova Scotia. That's up in Canada, Steve.
Hey?
Yeah.
Probably getting some Timbits.
This happened at 2 a.m. yesterday, and the 42-year-old guy in front of him line told the cashier that he wanted to buy the cop's meal.
I'll pay it forward.
Yeah, all right. Well, so far, this seems like a nice thing. The cop got out of his car to thank the guy and tell him that he couldn't accept the offer, but when he got to the guy's car, he noticed that the dude was clearly drunk. So he was like, oh, dude, I got to give you a breathalyzer test. Came back at more than twice the legal limit. So the guy, trying to do a nice thing for the cop, gets arrested for impaired operation.
So had he not tried to buy that meal for the cop would have most likely not even known. I mean,
dude, did
he think, I'm going to hook him up with a meal that'll get me out of driving drunk?
Hold on, you ready for this?
Okay.
Not the only thing. He also was driving with a suspended license and an unregistered vehicle. Why would you do anything to call attention to yourself with the police when you got the trifecta going on? Drunk driving, no license, no registration for your vehicle.
I've got 3 syllables for you. Alcohol.
Yeah, this is the most Canadian thing. I'm just going to be really nice to the cop.
Yeah, he won't be able to bust me, Yeah. Guess what, B? Yeah, he will bust you. Jeez.
What the hell is he getting, I wonder? And where?
Again, deep thoughts with Steve Miggs. Fast food joint. I don't know if it was Timbits.
What's your now? Grant, not driving, of course, but you got your buddy driving you or whatever, or something,
okay.
Or you're Ubering it because we've done that actually before. We were taking an Uber in Chicago to do this. What did your go-to for fast food?
Oh boy. Oh, you know something? You brought back. Listen, if we're in having the dream, White Castles. When we went and got all those White Castle burgers,
the suitcase.
That to me, is
I like how you say we. You hung out at the bar and got drunk as we went on that adventure.
Like I said,
and ate our burgers.
I was with you in spirit.
Sure.
You didn't sit in the cab ride with the cab driver who was clearly pissed at us,
yelling at us.
Yeah,
get out of my car.
How many miles did you have to go?
Not that far.
Not that
Maybe
far.
15 miles.
Oh, I thought it was an hour drive or so that you had to do that.
Well, it took forever.
Yeah, it took a while because of drive-through, and that's pretty popular drive-through once that hour is.
Didn't take a long time for me. I mean, I got them right. It seemed like no time passed at all.
White Castle is a solid pick,
yeah,
but we don't have a White Castle here.
Okay, so Jack is always a good Jack. Jack is great because you can get everything at any time.
Sourdough Jack at Jack in the Box, all the time.
Oh.
And if I was doing McDonald's, because it seems like it's one or the other, I would do. This is I'm sober just late at night. You just want to go somewhere. Quarter pounder with cheese, no onions. Don't need that stank on the breath.
Ooh, I think Vicky, you're going to go where I just had another thought. Where are you going, Vicky?
Well, I was going to say if you're going to McDonald's, chicken nuggets all the way, especially because I'm usually the designated driver nowadays, so I always get my nuggets at night. But
I get my nuggets at night because I can't eat.
You guys spend way too much time together.
Yeah, it's really getting sad, isn't it?
But I was thinking Dairy Queen because you get ice cream.
Oh, ice cream and alcohol? Oh, I never think of mixing that.
Well,
What?
Ice cream with French fries. You eat the French fries and stuff down the ice cream.
Something about the milk and the alcohol, I just feel like my brain says don't eat this.
Oh, man.
It's okay? It doesn't blow up inside of you?
A McFlurry?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but somehow
Yeah, I guess you're right because I've had the worst puking I ever had was from you had a couple of pints of Guinness and then I pounded 2 mudslides, which are just basically alcohol milkshakes. Yeah, I went and vomited and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, White Russians, of course, are fantastic, but for some reason, man, I don't know if I want to. Yeah. I just don't.
Anytime's a good time for ice cream treats.
Yeah. All right, Danny.
Del Taco.
Del Taco.
Oh, yeah.
With those French fries.
I love the crinkle cut fries. I love the chili cheese fries. Everything from Del Taco is just fantastic.
Everything you mentioned really has nothing to do with tacos. That's the fun part about that.
Yeah, I don't get tacos when I go to Del Taco.
Because I was thinking of Taco Bell because of the Doritos Loco.
That is great.
Yeah, I was thinking, that actually sounds good too.
Rev, did you pick one?
Mine would be the Jack in the Box, 2 tacos and a cheese with their big cheeseburger.
Nice.
Those ones are so good.
Play your cards right. That's like $3 total.
Yeah.
Jumbo Jack is also a solid pick.
I do like the Jumbo Jack, but I like the big cheeseburger because it doesn't have the veggies in it, and the veggies end up making it a mess.
I don't want vegetables. Get out of here, veggies.
No, they're a little heavy-handed with their lettuce sometimes.
Yeah, and that's
they
the
get
problem
that big chunk of that iceberg basically in there. One person says Jack in the Box munchie meal, mix the soda with the vodka.
Nice.
Another solid pick is Popeyes. Some greasy chicken.
They got those $5 boxes too.
Yeah, they do.
See, I like Vicky's idea though, the nuggets, because I mean, if I have to handle the pieces of chicken, I'm going to probably poke myself in the eye or choke.
Somebody says on the topic of ice cream and alcohol, nothing beats a good stout with a scoop of ice cream in it.
Ooh.
Oh, it's like a root beer float.
Yeah, they do beer floats at Red Robin.
Okay, so maybe it's just the quantity if you mix it the right way.
Yeah,
because I mean, obviously it's something that people do.
Hey, speaking of cops, I just came across this news story. It's very exciting news, guys.
What's going on?
I mean, in the world of reboots and sequels, this might be the one that I feel like it's needed to be done, and it hasn't. It looks like we're going to be getting a 3rd Bad Boys movie.
Whoa! How long has
Will
it been?
Smith, Martin Lawrence. This is 23 years after the first one. I'm not sure when the second one happened, but...
Whoa. I mean, Will Smith's been, he's been doing stuff. Martin Lawrence, I don't know what's been going on in his life.
I think that's what everybody's thinking at this very moment. Whoa, Martin Lawrence, he's still doing stuff?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's done crap. I don't know if it's because by choice or just by Hollywood.
He and Chris Tucker, what the hell happened to those guys? Because they were famous for their buddy cop movies.
2003 was the sequel.
Yep.
And the last thing that Martin Lawrence did was Big Mama, like father, like son, in 2011.
So he's had 7 years of doing nothing. Wow. I wonder what Will Smith said to him to get him back.
Well, Will Smith says, I love the dude. That's among the best times I've ever had making movies, so I'm looking forward to it.
And they were fun movies, man.
They were great.
And
it's called Bad Boys for Life, set for 2020 release.
I feel like this actually could be a really awesome movie.
What if this is the movie that brings Martin Lawrence back, and then they reboot Martin?
Oh, that's true.
I love that show.
Martin. Well, maybe so. Look, Martin is a talented dude. I kind of, I'm like, whatever happened? Because I thought it's not like I ever hated seeing Martin. It's just like he just seemed to fade out.
Well, he's got 4.1 million followers on Instagram, so life's not that bad for him, I'd imagine.
What's his net worth, Vicky? Let's find that out. Sometimes when you make enough money, you're like, I'm done, Hollywood.
Dude, you got 4.1 million followers on Instagram. You can make a crap ton of money just by like product placement on your Instagram.
You're right, being an influencer. You're right, Steve.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's a lot more than I thought it would be.
What's he doing?
He's at $110 million.
Oh, okay. I'm not feeling bad for him anymore.
No, I mean, you know what? Take your 8 years off or whatever you did. That's what I would do. Heck, you give me $2 million. I might take 8 years off right now and just walk out this studio.
I didn't think he was broke, but I didn't think he was that rich.
Wow. I know. I mean, he did a TV show back in 2014 called Partners with Kelsey Grammer, but it looks like it only got like one season.
Gosh, I didn't even know that.
Looks like he's doing still stand-up comic, though. He's doing he's the Lit as F tour.
Oh, that's fun. Because, I mean, guys like him and Jay Leno, they love going out and doing the comedy on their own terms. So good for him.
Are they coming anywhere to the Northwest?
No, it's just all these other joints, but not
Louisiana, Toronto.
Cleveland, Milwaukee. Why not us? What did we do? It looks like he's going nowhere west, actually.
No.
Interesting. Maybe he's already been there. Oh, wow, he's got a lot of guys with him.
Yeah, I don't know if they're all with him at the same time. I think it rotates. But
is there a comic named Michael Blackson?
Yes.
And he's dressed like Michael Jackson? Or is it just, I can't tell.
I don't know if he's dressed like Michael Jackson, but he's dressed very well.
Oh, okay.
It's like some crazy, weird leather suit jacket with a bunch of chains.
See, I don't know enough about him to know if that's really his name or if he's just playing off the Michael Jackson. I have no idea about Michael Blackson.
That's actually my birth-given name. But.
Oh, is it Michael Blackson? I didn't know that.
Michael Blackson. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, either way, man. Martin's coming back.
Actor in a comic. I don't know if he's playing off of anything.
2020, Bad Boys is coming back for their third movie. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun, man.
All right,
those two together were magic, I thought.
Yeah, you're right, dude. I mean, seriously, they were a hot duo for a long time. No doubt about it. And they were really two amazing guys that got put together and became even more. I mean, it was just like double the amazing because Will had a good career, Martin had a good career, and the two of them together was just like, this is like double the awesome. So
was Martin Lawrence the guy that lost his mind one time? He was like in the middle of the street kind of going crazy back at the height of his success.
Look that up.
I wonder if maybe that has a little bit to do with it as well. Maybe success was just too much for him.
Wow.
In the world of Hollywood. Like stand-up, I think, is a different animal.
Dave Chappelle is the only guy that I think kind of lost his mind a little bit and went in the jungle. But
Martin lost his mind, right?
Yeah, this was like 22 years ago, back in '96. He suffered a nervous breakdown in the middle of a busy street in L.A., just was screaming at cars, had a loaded gun.
Whoa. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
he did stuff
never had
after
one of those days where you just want to get out of your car and take your clothes off and yell at people?
Didn't Michael Douglas make a movie? Is that what Michael Douglas did? Make a movie about Martin Lawrence's life at that point? Because it sounds like falling down is what it sounds like. Wow.
Could you imagine if all of a sudden you're just driving on I-5 and you see me standing there buck naked yelling at cars?
Yeah.
I really don't want to imagine that.
That would be awesome.
Would you guys pull over and help me?
No, I would take video.
Okay, I appreciate that.
And you know who I call?
Snapchat it.
I call your favorite anchor because I know Steve Rabel would do a story about it. Steve would,
Thankfully, Miggs was okay.
But he's naked.
He's naked screaming
yelling
at
cars.
But thankfully, Miggs is okay. Touchdown, Seahawks! Yeah. Holy catfish! Yeah,
thankfully, Miggs was okay.
Yeah, that would be the story pretty much right there. Yeah.
Dude, the movie that I can't wait for the next installment of, and they've been working on this for many, many years, is Triplets, which is the sequel to Twins.
With Danny DeVito
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Who's the triplet?
It's going
Please tell me it's a woman.
No.
Oh,
Eddie
Melissa
Murphy.
McCarthy.
Oh, Eddie Murphy.
Well,
Murphy?
Yes.
That's interesting. That's very, very interesting.
There's very rare cases where twins are born, and depending on what the parent situation is, one can be one race and the other one could be a different race. Different color.
So what, they didn't know they had a triplet?
I guess not. That's the whole premise.
Are we actually trying to just suss out the plot holes of triplets or twins to this point, really? Are we actually going to take it that seriously?
My bad.
Yeah, they announced it back in 2012.
I'll see it.
It hasn't happened yet?
And then this year, Arnold Schwarzenegger confirmed that the script was done. So I think it's just a matter of time, and someone dumb enough to give them money.
All right, then.
Movie I'm most pumped for right now is Creed 2.
It does look good.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, you know what? The storyline of him fighting Drago's kid is pretty awesome. You know what? It makes me actually want to go see it. And I didn't see Creed 1, which means I got to see
seen Creed?
I know, I got to see Creed.
Dude.
I know. I was waiting for it to come on the Showtimes, the HBOs. I think it's there now.
I get you take my movie advice with a grain of salt, but it's truly...
Well, you're not the only one that says it's good.
It's on par with the Rocky movies.
I've actually ignored you.
Okay.
Because the critics actually say it's good.
Don't listen to me, but still see it.
Yeah. I'm giving you some good content, whether comic books or TV shows. It was fantastic. Trust me. And it has Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok, and it has Killmonger from Black Panther.
That too.
Oh, really? It's got all
of them.
Oh, well, I know it has Killmonger. Yeah, Michael Jordan's the guy. Yeah,
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. I'm going to see it. I just was waiting for it to come on HBO or Showtime, so I wouldn't have to pay.
I saw on social media somebody said the plot, and I'm certain that they're joking, but it would be pretty funny if they did do this. That the plot of this new movie is that the young Drago kills Creed, similar to how his dad killed his father.
That would be so awesome.
And Rocky has to come back at the age of 70 something.
Yes, please make that.
And fight young Drago.
Please make that the plot, please.
That would be hilarious.
See, here's what I think. What if, in fact, it's close to that, but before he kills Creed, Rocky gets in there and he gets killed because he's old? That could be the plot.
They can't kill Rocky off. I think Rocky doesn't get killed off until Sylvester Stallone is dead.
Yeah, you don't think this could be like the last, we're done? And
no.
No, you really want it to keep going. Okay.
He's great in these movies. He was great in Creed.
Yes,
you need Rocky for Creed to be awesome.
See, Rocky has become Mickey.
Yeah. 100% has become
Which actually is really cool. When you think about the chronicle of what those movies have done, that's pretty amazing that he's aged enough to be basically the wizened one when he, in fact, was the boxer guy back in the day.
Creed, according to some texters, is on Amazon Prime and also on Netflix.
All right, I got both.
So you don't need to spend $1.
I have got both.
Spend more than what you've already spent.
I've got a long trip to Philadelphia coming up. I'm going to put Creed on.
Are you going to visit the Rocky statue?
You know what? I hadn't thought about that.
Or run up the steps?
All I care about is I'm going to go get some cheesesteak and play board games, but I'm going to try to see what I can do beyond that.
If you don't trust Steve and I on our reviews, it is 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, I know what it is. That's why I said it doesn't matter what Steve says. I've already heard that Creed's an amazing movie. All right, you want me to open it up and put it on Netflix too now? Do I got to do that?
No.
Is that what I got to do?
No, actually you don't.
Good. I mean, you guys keep telling me, and I've said how many times I'm going to see this movie, and the two of you are like, well, not you, but more Vicky.
Hey, BJ, Creed is really good.
Should I see it, Danny?
You should probably see it, yeah.
Danny, did you see it?
No.
Shut up.
I'm just letting him know.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
I'm just letting him know.
No, but what are you doing, man? Go see Creed.
I should go see
Now
Creed.
you're going to have Vicky tell you how good Creed is. We got to listen.
Good, Danny.
Yeah, she's going to tell you, like, oh, I'm Vicky and I know things.
I like that one song, With Arms Wide Open.
No.
Wow. Did he just do?
Hey, Rev, have you seen Creed?
I have, and it's fantastic. Everyone should go see it. And Steve, you should probably beat Danny over there with a piece of paper.
Yeah, really. Yesterday, speaking of beating Steve, or Steve beating somebody, yesterday he did get this one wrong.
In what country is Absolute Vodka made?
Russia.
No.
America.
No.
Costco.
No. Now, I bet a lot of folks in the Pacific Northwest knew this. I didn't. Sweden. I had no idea that's where Absolute was made. Yeah, that's exactly what they say when they make it, Steve. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I owe a lot of back taxes. Can bankruptcy help me?
Bankruptcy can discharge back taxes under certain circumstances. Some types of taxes are never dischargeable, like if you have taxes from an employee, if you ran a business and didn't pay employee taxes or sales taxes. Those types of taxes cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. However, most people don't have those kind of taxes. Most people have just regular income taxes. If you owe income taxes and you filed your tax returns but just weren't able to pay the taxes, if the taxes are more than 3 years old and you filed the tax returns, those types of taxes can be discharged in bankruptcy in most circumstances, especially through a Chapter 13 case.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Innovation, resilience, agility. It's how Michigan businesses continue to work together to make a difference now and shape the future. Join us and make your mark where it matters. Visit michiganbusiness.org/radio.